All right, so we got everything tore apart. I razor bladed this face already. Still got to take this out. I got to find my impact screwdriver. I think I left it at the mall. Got complete bearing kit, seals kit, so we can heat up this case a little bit, knock these bearings out. Got to pull these retainers out yet. Already got that bearing out there, and I noticed it did spin. I don't think any of that will come out yet. Well, so much for my cool paper towels not sticking. You can see a little bit in the case there where it had spun, but it was stuck in there, so I don't think we'll have any clearance issues or it wanting to spin again. We got this wrench rabbit kit. It comes with all the hot rod goodies. Crank still in there. Got transmission, bearings. There's your water pump kit. There's the bearings in there too. Transmission seal kit minus water pump. And then we got the main bearing and the seals are in there. So we're gonna put those in the freezer. We'll insert those and then we'll wait and we'll put our crank in the freezer and then we'll put the crank in after those thaw out. So it'll work out good. Anyway, that's just kind of overview. Transmission, I got zip tied so nothing falls apart and just makes things a little bit easier. These are the way that everything came out too. So just keeping it simple. GoPro, stop recording. All right, so we need to get some of this done. Got a seal here I need to knock out. Got me a American socket. 4-pound sledgehammer. And that one's out. All right. Got a seal here that comes from the outside. We should be able to just pop it out. Looks like. Alright. And that bearing goes from the inside. We can try and tap it out and see what happens. May have to heat it up first. So let's see. I think we'll probably just heat it up. Yeah, we're going to heat that up. I took out my deals before I tore them up. Don't forget to put them back in. Getting pretty warm. Let's see if we can get this thing out. She's out. That sucker's hot. I'm gonna pick it up. All right. I've seen a trick on this before to get this other bearing out. We're gonna try it. Bread. So supposedly we can just shove it in that hole and it'll secrete through there. We're gonna use this and supposedly we'll use a rubber mallet on this one. We can get enough pressure behind there that it'll push it out. Well, it's coming out of the bearing. I definitely gotta get it out now. May have to heat this one up a little more. All right. This white bread took a little longer. I probably should have used wheat bread. Get some more bread up in there. I use Wonder Bread in case anybody wants to know. That Baron's a coming. She's a coming. She's out, man. Look at all the bread. We can make a sandwich. Ooh, that sucker's warm. All right. Let's go clean the toast off. Let's get. Look at our bread sandwich. I was wondering if that would work. Get it? Wonder Bread? GoPro, stop recording. All right. Let's get this stuff off. Now that I found my impact screwdriver. It was in my truck, right where I left it. I already popped my spring out that went in there. And hopefully, just pop that loose. Very important when using impact screwdrivers, you find the right tip for the head and check different ones. Make sure that that gets in there and gets a good grip. You don't want any slack. So otherwise you'll strip stuff out. A lot of times you can pop these with your hand. Not today. So that's gonna cut my arm. Put that on there because that case is sharp. Put this on there and get my hammer. Alright, well, at least we got that one loose. And probably should have undid that spring first, but it'll be alright. We'll set that just right up there. Crap. Sometimes we can hit them, get them to move, and they'll loosen up. Probably not today though. Its head's already tore up now. Pretty well tore up. Show you how sharp them cases are. Looky there. They will cut you up. See if we can get some vice grips on this one. We want it just barely enough where it'll grab. Come on, baby. Come on, pop. There we go. Junk a junk. Junk a junk. Alright. So rather bolt with that. And this should come out. Man, I thought there was a bearing behind that. I didn't even need to take it out. God dang it. What an idiot. Should have looked at the diagram. Alright. GoPro, stop recording. Alright, so got a chisel here. Try and get this screw out. I'll put a little dent in it and see if I can get it out without tearing up a bunch of stuff or cutting my hand again. Well, we'll see. So far, no good. I don't think she's moving. GoPro, stop recording. Alright, let's try an extractor. I'm gonna try a little bit bigger. If this will catch the head or not. Oh, great. This is where my engine case gets totaled because of some bullshit. Man, let's see here. I think I got it loose. Kinda. Yeah, it's loose. Get it off now. See if the extractor will get it out now. It's out. Hey, look. Oh, I guess it was thread lock. Alright, I want to make sure I get all the metal off of this. So I'll put it in my pile over there. And I'll clean it off later too. GoPro, stop recording. Alright, see if I can get that bearing out. Probably better heat up the case. GoPro, stop recording. We got bearing here, here, and here. These two come out this way, that one goes that way. Got my water pump bearing too. Alright, been heating this up for a couple of minutes. Pretty warm. Let's see if we can get this little gem to pop on out. There's one. This sucker's hot. The trash man, yeah, the trash man. Let's see, I like a little bit bigger socket, but don't look like I got much of a choice. Wonder if we can just knock it out that one. It's out. Huh, the other one fell out. Alright, let's see, how do we get the water pump out? Water pump bearing. Alright, here's how you get a bearing out of bread. First of all, pack the bread in there real good. Now, one of the problems with this is the bread is so flimsy and it'll actually come through the case here. So after you get it good and full, get you a hair dryer or a heat gun, and we're going to toast that bread inside. It's going to get hard, and it ain't going to want to come through the bearings as quick. So let's warm it up. Toasting the bread. You know it's ready when the kids think dinner's done, so get it nice and warm. It's going to be pretty warm to the touch. You can see that's actually wanting to come back out. Put some fresh in there. Alright, been working on this sucker for about 30 minutes. I think it's coming out. I went ahead and used my last plug that had cooked. And after that, it quit going through the bearing as much. So. Getting close. Oh, there she comes. Dang. That was a big old gap. No wonder it took forever. GoPro, stop recording. Alright, about got, I think that seal's flush. Working my kickstart one in. Got a socket that basically fits right around the outer diameter. That's pretty good. Flush there. I think it's a little bit up there. So I'm just gonna work that side of my socket. I think that's about right. I think that dog will hunt. On these seals, anytime there's pressure, the cup goes to the inside, so just remember that. GoPro, stop recording. Get this crank seal in. If you got old, angry hands, sometimes you can push it pretty far in. That's just about flush. It's up right there. Ain't too bad for using my fingers. Got a little bit up right there. You can use the old seal and pound it down too. GoPro, stop recording. Alright, so I guess on this side we just got the crank seal. Get that one. Oops. Right there. It's got a lip on there. I can actually use this. This fits right inside there. You're hitting it close to the rim as you can because you don't want to mess it up. Now it's got a seat on the outside, so this will help support it. That should be seated fine though. You don't want to use anything that's too small because it'll bend your seal and distort it, and your little everything. You'd be mad. That's what'll happen. Alright, so that one's in. GoPro, stop recording. Alright, so we've got a seal here for our kickstart. We've got our water pump seal we need to get out. I think that one's a really thick one. Maybe we can get it out from that side. I'm not sure what we need to get out first there. Might get the bearing out first. If that seal's wide enough, we can use a screwdriver to pop through there. Let's try and get it out first. Okay, so there's a little one, or part of the big one. Alright, we can use a probably like a 12mm socket to knock that out. Maybe a 13. There's a 13. I should have took that hose off. What am I hitting here? My pin. Yep, we're good now. Feel it moving. may already be out. There we go. Got that one out. So we'll leave that there. And get this seal. A lot of times if you can just get under here with a screwdriver, find where the bottom of it is, you can twist. Alright, so my glasses over here. Break them. We got, throw our seal in there. Just throw the seal in. We got this other seal right here. We'll pull this out. I don't think we have a replacement bearing for that. So let me double check on that. Actually, I know we don't. So we'll get our new seal in there. I wonder why it didn't come with it. Okay. And let's get our kickstart seal in. Alright, here's our water pump bearing, and it has been in the freezer, so hopefully it'll just pop right in there. I'm going to use this right on the end of the table. Let's see here. See where I'm high at. Alright, so on these seals, this one's got the deeper area with a little lip there, and it's actually going to fit right in that groove. And so this piece is going to sit out this way. The part you can read will be on the inside part. You can't read anything on that one. So it goes like this basically. May have fun getting this in. See if we can get this out sealed out. Goes like this. Should be good. Should be good. Alright, so got that seal in. Hopefully I got that bearing in far enough. I tried to get it in further. Alright, let's see if we can get this. Put this thing in the freezer. Hoping that would just slide right in. She's in. That was not the cleanest hammer. Alright, so all this should be good. Didn't damage my seal like a dummy. Alright, doing it the old-fashioned way. I can go around here and kind of feel which side's up right there. I'll try and do it in a 3-sided motion. Right here's up. And if this don't work, I'm taking it to the machine shop tomorrow and finishing it. Can't find the old bearing. Alright, let's see. That one goes in there. Alright, got our output shaft bearing. Ooh, this one's gonna be tricky. Alright, that one looks flush. That one ain't quite flush. It sounds solid. We're leaving it. Not sure about these either. GoPro, stop recording. Alright, so we're going to start putting the bike back together. I got to put the crank in the freezer, so I'll put it back in the bag, so hopefully it'll freeze and go into those bearings. We'll use 2-stroke oil on this side to oil the bearings, which I already did. And then you use your transmission oil, whatever you run in this kx65, which I'll have to find out. What it says on the case. 5 liters of oil. I'll figure out what it is. So I wanted to show y'all something if you're building this, because I don't remember things from one day to the next, so I have to look up a lot of stuff too. I went over here to manuallibs.com, and if you can see this, this is a blowed up version of the Kawasaki case. And so on here you've got numbers like T5, T7, T4, things of that nature. T6. So T6 is your shifter. T5 will be your rotary for your shift drum. T4s are important. Those are your cases. The T6 works with your shifter mechanism for your spring-loaded deal there. What else do we have here? T2 locks on your flywheel. T3s retain your bearing in there. T1 is your oil plug. And the reason I'm telling you this is because on your next page you'll have all your torque specs. You can also go through and check, you know, here's my transmission. I never took it apart, so I should have 2 of these R's. Apparently all of these R's are the same. So you've got your gear, gear, R, gear, R, gear. And we'll go back and check all these. These G's here I know are 2 rubber O-rings. We got a brand new one of these with our kit. There's our shifter, gear selector. And you got, like I said, your T3s. Here's all your seals, your G's. I'll see if I can leave this link in the description, but what's most important is you go to your next page here. And so this has all your diagram, crankshaft assembly, magneto, all that. And what's important is when you get down here to your T's. So your T1, I believe, was your gear selector. So that's 15 foot-pounds. T2 is 21 foot-pounds. T3 is 78 inch-pounds. T4 is your case, and that's 78 inch-pounds, not foot-pounds. T5, 17 foot-pounds. T6, 78 inch-pounds. And T7 is 46 inch-pounds. So, and then you can go down here and it tells you where apply engine oil to the transmission gears, grease to your seals. This will be your case, or here's your case right here. And we use gray Permatex is what I use. Grease that goes to a seal or the shaft. 2-stroke oil would be to your crank bearings, and then replacement parts, whatever those are. So this is on Man Lib's manual. Alright, I got my crank in my freezer. I'm gonna see if I can get part of this transmission in. So got my zip tied there. I could have zip tied the other side, and got my other set of gears here that I have zip tied. Alright. Is that right? I think it slipped out of my shaft. This should go down further. Let's see. We're almost there. There it goes. Alright. So now we've got one shifter fork here. And the secret to this is going to be probably before you put that in, run that down, drop it in there. Not sure if that's going to work either, so we'll find out. All these shifter forks apparently have the same number on them. So that means this one's going to be harder to get in. We're going to swing it from this way. That one's in. Get my poker. Alright, so I got all that in. My bearing on there has actually started sliding out, so hopefully we don't have a problem with that issue. Got just a little bit of motor oil. And let it drip down the important stuff. We can pull this off. On these, remember you've got, should be a, well, that's a collar. There's no washer on either of this. All right, got our crank in the freezer, and then we're about ready to put this back. All right, so I had my crank in the freezer for a few hours. The rod ain't moving, so I guess that's a good sign. And we'll put it in, spline goes to the right side. Actually, I think I'm hitting on the block there. Guess I'm gonna put my ceiling on this side and make sure you get your guide pins back in there. All right, so I just want to get a nice even layer. May have to add a little more to it. I really don't want it going on the inside of my motor, so now see if I can get. Now we're probably catching on everything. Okay, I think everything is moving now. Need to check my shifter over here. Put the bolt in. I just want to make sure it's moving. It's moving that way. Feels like it is, so we'll start putting it together. All right, so we need 78 inch-pounds, which is 6.5 foot-pounds. And we're going to torque these bolts down the right direction. And it's already torqued.